Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Zafran Bizamli. My metric number is E23A3061. Today I will present my mini project. This is my title, The Effect of Carbon Dioxide Towards Human Health in Kuala Lumpur City Centre, Kuala Lumpur. This is my background of study. Kuala Lumpur has transformed from a tin mining settlement into one of Southeast Asia's most urbanized cities. With projected population of over 9 million by 2025, the city faces environmental challenges, especially increasing CO2 emission caused by transportation, industrialization, and development. As CO2 concentration rise, they not only indicate environmental degradation but also relate to public health issues. Urban development in KL, especially in KLCC, has caused a surge in CO2 emissions. Although CO2 is not indirectly toxic at low level, it often coexists with harmful pollutants. Vulnerable groups such as children, the elderly, and the people with health conditions are most at risk. However, localized data on CO2 trends and health impact is limited, making it hard for planners to implement effective policies. For my objective is the first one is to study the level of carbon dioxide concentration in the KL in the city of Kuala Lumpur, and the second one is to examine the relationship between CO2 emission and public health, focusing on respiratory and cardiovascular issues among vulnerable groups. For my study area, the study area is the selected study area is the Kuala Lumpur city centre and surrounding 5 km radius. Sub-locations include KLCC, which represent green zone, the active construction site, Petronas Twin Towers, represent tourist hotspot, and Jalan Ampang/Jalan Tun Razak represent traffic congested areas. This zone reflects high pedestrian density, traffic, and mixed land use. For my scope of study, for my geography, I choose 5 km radius from the KLCC, and the time frame I do this experiment in 1 month duration, and I focus on CO2 emissions only, exclude NO2 and PM2.5. For the data type, I use secondary data, DOE, air quality, and hospital reports. Next is significance of study. Significance of study highlights local CO2 patterns and emission hotspot in Kuala Lumpur. It supports better air quality policies and health strategies, encourages sustainable urban planning by linking environmental data with public health concerns, add to the limited body of Malaysian-based CO2 emission research. Next, my literature review. Main source of CO2, transportation. This is my literature review. One of the citation that I use is the main source of CO2 is transportation, energy use, and industry. Another one is for the health impacts linked with asthma, heart disease, and chronic conditions. Next, the emission distribution higher in congested areas. Okay, next is my methodology. Methodology is the first one is study area selection. Study area selection, I use the study area is I choose KLCC. The KLCC part represent a green low emission zone. A construction site represent ongoing urban development. A tourist hotspot near the Petronas Towers. A busy roadway along Jalan Ampang and Jalan Tun Razak. The second one is data collection. For my data collection on air quality monitoring, I use portable air quality sensors such as NDIR, portable CO2 or equivalent, to measure real-time concentration of key pollutants. One of such one of the gases that I research is carbon dioxide and ambient temperature and humidity. The second one is geospatial mapping. For determine my location, I use GPS coordinates at each sampling point using a handheld GPS device. A satellite image of the CC area was annotated to mark sampling points and surrounding land use. Okay, next is traffic and human activity observation. Manual counting and observation were conducted to estimate the number of vehicles passing per minute, pedestrian density, and construction intensity. Next is the tools and equipment. The several equipments that I use is CO2 meter, NDIR, temperature and humidity meter, a GPS device, imagine smartphone and camera, face mask, safety vest and umbrella, and observation checklist. And the last one is the data analysis. I use this descriptive analysis to summarize pollutant concentration at each site, comparative analysis between location to access difference due to land use, correlation analysis to examine the relationship between pollutants levels, traffic flow, and human activity. Spatial visualization using GIS software to map pollutant distribution. Next is my research flowchart. This is my research flowchart. The first one is outline the foundation of my study, understand the issue, which is the carbon emissions in Kuala Lumpur city centre. And the second one is identify and mark the study points such as construction, the park, road, and the tourist area, and gather tools, which is CO2 meter, thermometer, and prepare everything for the data collection. The field data collection is collecting CO2, carbon dioxide, temperature, humidity readings, while also observing nearby activities to relate pollution's level to environmental types. And for the data analysis, this phase turns raw data into meaningful insight through charts, map, and comparison between different locations. The final stage, which is to draw a conclusion, final differences in pollution levels across sites, and offering suggestions for urban planning or pollution mitigation. Next is my Gantt chart and milestone. The first week of my experiment is I monitors equipment setup, and that's my first milestone. And the second one is that data collection phase. I made data collection from equipment, and the data collection phase to start, and data analysis completion. And after that, milestone 2 reach, and after that I use data cross-checking and verification, data interpretation, making a thesis, final reporting and submission, and that's the last and the third milestone of my project. For my research budget, I this is my research budget. And for the instrument and equipment, I use CO2 meter, which is estimate cost of around 1,000 ringgit, temperature and humidity meter, tripod and mounts. For my instrument and equipment, the subtotal will be 1,650. And for the field expenses, the first one will be transportation, and the second one is food, and the third one is printing the field sheets, and the fourth one is safety equipment. So the total estimated cost for my research is 1,960. Okay, for my reference, I use reference from from this. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.